mates!
Hello, happy travelers!
Welcome back on board Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, day number 4. And guess where we are?
We're home! Well, at our home port of Port Canaveral, at least.
Back in Florida, heat, humidity, thunderstorms, and love bugs abound. Alright, so let's go ahead and get it started. Our day in Port Canaveral, Florida begins right now. I wasn't kidding about the love bugs. They're here.
It's very appropriate that we're in Port Canaveral today because today is a Plan C kind of day. Get it? Port Canaveral, C, huh? Plan A was we were going to go over to Universal in Orlando because when we were in New York, we went to the Wizarding World, a Harry Potter store. We saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which was amazing, by the way. So I was kind of in a Harry Potter mood. However,
thunderstorms were in the forecast for Orlando, so it's kind of gonna make it hard to go over there and do stuff like that.
Plan B was we were going to go over to that exploration tower right there, which is a really good viewing point of the port, and they have like some kind of like cool stuff on display that we didn't get to see last time because it was closed for COVID. However, we saw that the exploration tower is closed until further notice.
Yeah, for maintenance. I don't know what, but something's going on.
So we're moving on to Plan C today, and it's gonna be a random one, but we're gonna have fun with it. And you might be thinking, Hoffman's, it's a port day. The ship will be pretty much empty. Why don't you just stay on board and enjoy the ship? I will show you why. Because the ship is far from empty today. A lot of people are staying on board today and just enjoying some pool time, which is pretty understandable because there's really not a ton of big stuff to do in the Port Canaveral area. The biggest thing would be to go to the theme parks in Orlando, but that's a little bit of a trek for the amount of money that you'd be paying for a day ticket. And there's also Kennedy Space Center, which we have done, and we have a video, and we'll link it in this video. But once you've done that once, so you're kind of good. So it's kind of hard to find stuff in the Port Canaveral area. So we don't have anything major planned today, but we are gonna do something. It'll be small, but hopefully pretty fun. It's funny to exit the ship. We're just going through a regular gangway. Usually we don't have this view of Port Canaveral unless we're leaving to go home. Welcome to Florida. We're known for our alligators. Now this is something we didn't mention earlier. This is a very popular thing to go to when you're stopped at Port Canaveral, is to go to Cocoa Beach. Now in my opinion, it's okay. You'll have a lot better beaches once you're in the Caribbean. So if you're wanting a beach day, I would prioritize that on your itinerary, is go to the beach when you're in the Caribbean. Well, here we go. It's Port Canaveral. Not the most exciting entrance into a port, but that's because it's not mainly used as a destination port, it's used as a departure port. Now it could be different for every sailing, but we happen to be stopped at Terminal 6 today. And right here is where we exited from. I'm going to assume that if you have an excursion like to Kennedy or even to the theme parks and stuff, you're probably going to be parked here where these buses are. That's probably where you're going to be getting on and then driving to your destination. I don't know that for sure, but that's my educated guess. Now for us, we are going to take a lift over to where we're getting to. So we're just going to wait right here, and our driver should be here shortly. Hi.
We have arrived. It's a beautiful day in Emerald City. The hilarious thing is we have driven past this location several times.
I know, it was so weird taking a lift like in an area like where we drive all the time. But here is something we have never done in Port Canaveral, the Wizard of Oz Museum, and it is the most random thing we could possibly do today, but I'm actually super excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. They even have some Tin Man statues out here along the roadside. Yeah, there's one there, one leaned up against the pole, and then the ruby slipper over here sparkles and beckons you in.
I even wore my ruby slipper sunglasses today.
Good thing I was like really zoomed in. Normally that would have been bad, but for you showing off your sunglasses, that was perfect. So here we go. We're gonna head in to see the wizard. Hey, you're wearing a wizard shirt.
Oh my
Wizarding
gosh!
World, but we're going to see the Wizard of Oz.
This was our plan C today, but it's working out like it was our plan A.
She came down in a bubble, Doug. Are you gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
Get educated.
Toto.
I don't think we're on Symphony of the Seas anymore.
I like how Dorothy has an accent now, an English
It
accent.
felt right.
By the way, the lift was just under $15 before tip to get over here.
And about an 8-minute ride.
About an 8-minute ride. There you go. Look, open for business.
We have the restroom right there if you need it. That's the exit door, so you're going to come back out through the gift shop window.
We have over 2,000 artifacts related to the Oz universe, including the movies and first edition books. There are 40 official Oz books. 33 were written before the 1939 film, which was partially based on the first book, written in 1900. We display original props used in the MGM film, such as a spear from the witch's castle, a townsman jacket, and an original Dorothy dress. It takes about an hour for the whole experience, but stay as long as you like. Now, enjoy one of Florida's experiences.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is all the museum in here.
Awesome.
Immersive experience over in that far corner.
Okay.
So that part does take 30 minutes to go through the whole thing.
Holy cow, this is so exciting. Okay, so the gift shop and like where we watched that informational video is right through that door. We'll see it again when we come back out. But how much was it for entry?
$29.99 per person pre-tax. So for both of us with tax, $64.18.
Now the cool thing is that they said we can take as much time as we want in here. There's immersive experience, which we'll talk more about when we get to it. And then this like museum type of thing that we're gonna go through first. But so exciting, so much Wizard of Oz lore.
So we start with all this cool like merchandise, statues, ceramics, mugs, clocks.
Look at the Tin Man heart clock. I'm all heart.
Who's your favorite Tin Man?
You.
Who's your favorite singing apple tree?
Uh,
And Auntie M.
How could I possibly choose?
It's me, by the way. That's who I played.
They even have a little screen here doing random trivia for Wizard of Oz. What color are the slippers in the books?
Oh, is it different?
Oh boy.
Silver.
Silver and gold.
Ooh, no gold, just silver.
So you see up top here, they have like a timeline. And so she said you actually start here. This is the beginning of the stuff. And there's the first QR code that you can scan, and it will give you information through your speakerphone. They even give you the Wi-Fi right there you can connect to. And then it'll play that through your speakerphone on your phone, and you can listen to it. And then you just continue on following the timeline throughout. And then you get to the virtual immersive experience. So I'll show you how the QR code thing works here.
Hello, I am Fred Trust. Thank you for visiting our family-owned Oz Museum. This is a guided narration. Each cabinet has a QR code which you can scan on your phone through the camera or a third-party app. In the first cabinet, we have pieces from 1850 to 1900. On the top left, you'll see A New Wonderland, also known as The Magical Monarch of Mo. This was the first children's book that L. Frank Baum wrote. It was published in 1899. The second book is a diary which belonged to the Baum family. It contains illustrations and notes. The third book on this shelf is a booklet that was given to people who attended the Wonderful Wizard of Oz theatrical play from 1902.
Ooh, the Disneyland Collection Certificate of Authenticity. These were the Great Movie Ride prop slippers.
Were they, so was it just from the ride, or were
I
they
think
used
so.
in the movie?
I think just from the ride.
Still very cool.
I missed that ride.
I do too.
Ah, yes, the True Life pair are in the Smithsonian Museum.
Well, it deserves to be
This
there.
pair of ruby slipper props are inspired by those worn by Dorothy.
Now this is a legit movie prop. This is one of the, what is it, a Winky Guard?
Yeah, Winky Guard spear.
Ooh, give us a demonstration. He's gonna do that the rest of the day. That was the uncut version. But how cool that they have a legit movie prop. That's amazing. I mean, like, for like that, little Port Canaveral to have like this piece of movie history. That's pretty incredible. Just remember, if you come and visit, do not touch the flying monkeys. And here is a movie used Emerald City townsman costume. You can even see the certificate of authenticity right here, used in the movie, which is pretty incredible.
That's a pretty sweet looking jacket. I'd like to throw that on actually.
I think you would wear it well. Green is definitely one of your colors. Maybe you should move to Emerald City. Now, these slippers are replicas, but I do believe, based on the video we saw at the beginning, this is a movie-used Dorothy's dress. Would be worn by Judy Garland, of course, and it actually explains all the different like iterations of the Dorothy dress and different ones worn in the movie. If this is legit, which I believe it is, I think it would be this dress number 6. That's what it looks closest like to me, but I mean, to be in the presence of a Judy Garland dress, that's pretty incredible. We absolutely cannot discuss The Wizard of Oz without bringing up a little show you may have heard of. It's called Wicked.
No one wants it.
No one wants the Wicked. Oh, wow, wow. So excuse me, I'm gonna be a bit sentimental for a moment, but I have to shout out my grandma, who is no longer with us, but I only love The Wizard of Oz because of her, and she would absolutely adore these like decorative plates. She collected them, she loved them. Not just Wizard of Oz specific, but she would love the Wizard of Oz ones. So that one's for you, Grandma.
The video would be hours long if we tried to show you everything in here, so we'll have to pick and choose, but I did find the different sodas interesting, and even an Emerald City ale there. Ooh, I like the label on the rainbow one.
Oh my gosh, they even have Wizard of Oz trolls. Oh my gosh, I totally would have gotten these as a kid if I knew they existed. Look how fun they are. Holy cow, that's awesome.
Ooh, puppets. I love puppets. Oh, different style puppets with like the bars for the hands that you operate. I like hand puppets the most myself, as opposed to these or like marionettes. I mean, every puppet has its place, but hand puppets are my favorite. Ooh, something else I'm a big fan of, nutcrackers. And these are pretty cool. I really like that scarecrow one. It looks a bit intense though. Oh, this one's cool because it's very colorful. Wow. Ooh, Buddy the Elf would not be happy with this section.
Holy cow. Okay, they have this fur coat on display. And if you read this letter, it was donated to the museum from Mickey Deans, who was the 5th and final husband of the late Judy Garland. And this was her. This was her fur coat. And you can even see the JG inscribed on the inside. Wow.
There's a prop rifle. Not from the movie, but actually used in a play by the soldier with the green whiskers. He's on down the road. Oh, and this poster's signed by MJ himself. Shout out to Nipsey, Match Game Hall of Fame. Ooh, this is cool, right off the main museum area. There's this little area, which is darker in here. They have the cool tapestry there and some books. It's a little children's area. See the little themed seats and things like that? But they're actually projecting the film up on the wall, so kids can come in and watch the movie. I didn't want to skip ahead, but I wanted to show the virtual part experience because right now it's doing the Van Gogh stuff, which we weren't really here for, but it's super cool all the same. I wanted to catch it before it switched over. It's on a loop, and I don't know if we'll still be here when it gets back to Van Gogh still, because I think it said it takes like 30 minutes or an hour or something like that for it to go through the whole thing. So very beautiful. How about that? The Wizard of Oz reunion in 1970. Margaret Hamilton and Jack Haley and Ray Bolger, so the Wicked Witch, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man. Appropriate for this area, lots of NASCAR racing memorabilia, including the pedigree with Toto on it. But yeah, we're not too far from Daytona right now. In fact, that was an excursion you could do here in Port Canaveral, was a tour of Daytona International Speedway.
I like this more.
This very, very tiny patch of cloth was worn by Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch of the West, It was cut from her hat, which she wore from the melting scene. Holy cow. So much history here.
Chelsy, what are you doing over here? Oh, there you are.
Oh, the apple tree thing. I get it now.
Whoa. These flying monkeys are very realistic. As realistic as a flying monkey could be. And you, my pretty. I was so busy focused on the realistic monkeys, I didn't even notice the hourglass with the red sand in it. That is awesome. Whoa. Pretty intense. A little throne you can sit in, get your picture. Toto gets his own little throne.
Okay, the Wizard of Oz part is about to start, but the show will have light and intensity, so if you have epilepsy or something like that, maybe skip this part, and you can skip and dance, but not run.
Egads! There's mice everywhere! It's like real life Frogger. Look out! That looks like Aslan after the White Witch has bested him. But no, it's the lion being pushed by the Tin Man and the Scarecrow? Whoa. Oh, snap! Dracula! Oh no, they've got the lion! This fella. What are you up to, Hulk wannabe? Things are getting very swoopy in here. Look at this guy. Do your thing. Bust it out. That's David S. Pumpkins. What the hey? That's not a flying monkey, that's a flying gorilla, which is infinitely more terrifying. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Is that... Can it be? Biltmore House in Asheville, North Carolina? The poppies!
Don't breathe it!
Don't! But there's the Emerald City! Oh yeah, look at it. Even the Wicked Witch is getting down. Look at this guy. He's got the hop going. I like it. And there's a giant bear, of course. It's a horse of a different color. Look at that moustache. Wizard, you've gained pupils. Now you have the ability to see us. Grant us a wish. Yeah, get it, drop it, yeah, what, ooh. Rainbow Road? They didn't tell us Mario was involved. Somewhere over the rainbow, never stop dreaming. There's no place like the Wizard of Oz Museum in Space Coast, Florida.
Well, this was absolutely incredible. Both the displays, the augmented reality, all of it was just grand. Before we go, I do want to check out the gift shop a bit more.
Ooh, sweet Pez set. This is amazing. $2,000 if you want one of the hourglasses. It's pretty nice. Ooh, we like our magnets. Ooh, this is cool. They have a comic stand here, and it's not just Wizard of Oz stuff. Like, they have X-Men. That is sick. Ooh, Spider-Man. That's my guy. Da-da-da, da-da-da, 2099 version. Ooh, I like these. They're the licenses for all the different characters. This is an amazing piece. Like green resin or glass with the witch and the flying monkeys inset to her head silhouette. Very impressive. And some keepsakes specific to the museum. Also a collection of t-shirts in various sizes. Well, that was a very pleasant surprise.
You know, life really works out if you listen to it. Because like we said, this was our plan C for today. And I could not be happier that we ended up here. Like, it just, that was so much fun. If you're even an ounce of a Wizard of Oz fan, or just movie history in general. I mean, like, Wizard of Oz kind of changed the world. That's one of those kinds of films, and it was just spectacular, and I loved it.
And even beyond that, just the projection mapping thing with the Wizard of Oz stuff was cool, but the Van Gogh artwork was beautiful too, so you could stop in and come see that. So if you're on a cruise that's stopping in Port Canaveral for the day, this is a perfect thing just to grab a ride over, come check it out. It's only going to take you like an hour or so, and you can head back over to the port. If you have a cruise leaving from Port Canaveral, this would be something perfect to do before you get on, or even when you get off, especially if you have a later flight or something like that.
For sure.
Come on over here, then head to the airport. Check it out for sure. It's well worth your time. Now, she did tell us that in a few years, they're actually planning on moving from this locale over to Kissimmee, which is over by Disney in Orlando and stuff like that. About 20 minutes from Disney Springs, but that's still in the works and to be determined. So for now, still here in Port Canaveral.
So definitely check it out.
I bet if we click our heels 3 times, we can be back on board Symphony of the Seas. Ready? There's no place like cruising. There's no place like cruising.
Just took a look at our balcony window and door. Looks like we are moving. So we are setting sail out of Port Canaveral. Alright friends, that's going to do it for us from Symphony of the Seas and the Land of Oz today. Tomorrow, it's a perfect day. We don't even have to tell you where. You know, the song is coming, so get ready. We hope we will see you back then. As always, for travel agents, it's completely free. You know the drill. I hope you do. Okay, so we'll see you back tomorrow for a perfect day. Until then, we're signing off. Good night and happy travels.
We're out of the woods, we're out of the woods, da, 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 somewhere over the ocean.
If I only had a heart.